Made his season debut last night, dropping 32, 12, and 8. But even that wasn't enough to stop the Thunder from losing to the Kings by 11 points. After all the fanfare this summer about Paul George's decision to stay in Oklahoma City, the Thunder are now off to an 0-3 start, the worst in franchise history. I think this is a big deal. And I say that just because, and I know Russ set out the first two games, but, you know, to have Sacramento handed to you like that, and to get off to an 0-3 start after Paul George makes this huge decision to stay in OKC, I'm a little bit concerned if I'm an OKC fan.
Well, I'm going to get through this quick because I'm flanked by too much basketball over here, but I would say that he's the center of their universe. It's designed for Russell Westbrook, and his absence in the preseason, his absence around these guys while he's dealing with the knee injury, it's a devastating blow to this team because as much as you want to say they still have talent, they didn't have a Roberson as well. You can see a Paul George-led team should be able to win some games, but it's too early in the season where they're still trying to figure out themselves without their main guy. I think that was too difficult for them.
You're still in week one, and you're trying to figure out what you just touched on, Marcellus, where you're trying to figure out how you're going to play with your guy. Missed the preseason, had a couple practices, probably wasn't too intense because you're trying to rehab his situation and get him back on the platform to be the better version of himself. So it takes time.
Sacramento at home?
It's the first week of the season. Now it's the second week. Now you got action.
Sacramento.
My thing was he looked like himself. That was my main concern. Was he going to be explosive? Was he going to get to his spots? Was he going to do all these things, keep up the pace? He did. He passed the test. Now let's see what happened in the next 10 games.
In basketball, you do not overreact week one and week two. The tone is not set in those 2 weeks. Teams are still trying to figure what their identity is, how they're going to play, how they're going to play off each other. Russ not being there is a big minus for the home opener when they played great against Golden State. That was a great game. And the Sacramento loss is just one loss in itself. It's a bad representation of what they want to do for their season. I still have high expectations for that team.
How high?
I think they could be the second or third best team in the West because the way they're constructed, but not having Russ there and not having Russ in a groove and ready to play and not practicing, as he shot the ball not great from three. So that's a part of his game that's been evolving and is a big part of his game now. So him not being prepared is a part of that loss, but I don't think it will linger into the regular season.
Yeah, I totally agree because you look at Portland last season, they was able to get as high as a 3 seed. And then you look at the personnel going down, you know, in vertical order. Russell Westbrook is probably top 2 guys in the association. He's going to bring it night in and night out. So now, arguably, triple-double, back-to-back, he's a problem. Most athletic guard at that position, like all these things. He's going to bring it.
But is this team going to bring it with him? This is a team discussion, not about Russell Westbrook. When I look around the West, the Denver Nuggets aren't to be trifled with.
They are
Houston,
a problem.
New Orleans.
Health is a big part of the representation you put out in week one and week two. And the excitement of the season lets teams that are not going to be playoff teams still have great games. Can they bring that for 82 games? Do I think the Sacramento Kings will be able to bring that for 82 games? I don't think so because they're young. But they're a team to look out for and on the watch.
4-7, OKC is going to beat it. 4-7, somewhere in there.
4-7. He said top 3. I'm 6.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
6 to 7.
They're going to be in the playoffs, yeah.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. Their teams like the Clippers off to a faster start. That consistent excellence, will they be able to keep that up?
So when you see them win 2 games,
right.
Y'all want to win the championship?
You say championship
right, exactly.
or bust right now.
See what I'm saying?
I'm prefacing
Bet you there haven't been a lot of 0-3 top 1 or 2 seeds, but we'll see. All right, to Toronto, where Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors are looking good. They're off to a 3-0 start and even beating the Celtics over the weekend. But the team doesn't seem to be taking anything for granted and wants to make sure their fans aren't either, showing a video before their win over Boston that pretty much admits Kawhi won't be sticking around.
Canada, enough with the insecurities. We are world class. Let me tell you something. Forget that he left and he left and that he left too. They couldn't bring us what we wanted, what we deserved. Hold them accountable for what they left behind. But then, please put it to rest. Stop fretting about will he stay or will he go. Enjoy this for what it is.
If you haven't seen this whole deal, you need to go watch it. I loved it, thought it was tremendous. I think it's the right message to the fan base, and I think it's the right message to the team.
That thing was hot garbage. I can't believe you over
Hot
there.
garbage?
Really? I mean, beyond. Boy, that was bad.
Wow.
Let me.
Yeah, explain yourself.
Really? First of all, rappers turn poets never goes well. Let's just be real about that. That has never been the way to go. It was too long. What the hell? We watching a 2.5-minute video in 2018.
It was before the game.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't go to that game. That's too long. It was too weak, too scattered, littered, shots everywhere. Vince Carter, duck. T-Mac, duck. Insecure fan base, duck. Kawhi may not even be here, but enjoying while he's here, duck. I'm like, what? It made no sense. There was no thesis, no commonality.
Carpe diem was the thesis. Seize the day.
I grabbed the meaning of it right away. I did not catch. I caught the shots later as you speak about them. But
yeah,
basically what they said was, we're not victims. We're not going to live in the past. We're not going to worry about who left us. Stay in the moment. Appreciate what you have right here. Probably the best team that you've ever had, the best player that you've ever had. Stay in the moment. Appreciate him while he's here, because maybe if you appreciate him, like what happened with Paul George, we may be able to keep him.
Okay, but who are you talking to? If I pay my money and I'm sitting there, I'm not insecure. I'm not a victim. I'm sitting there with these courtside seats.
That's all they talk about. That's all they talk about when they talk about the Raptors.
I've seen a case where they're trying to control the narrative. Look, we know we don't want the Kawhi, or create one. You don't want the Kawhi questions all season long. Look, enjoy this, and what have we really accomplished over the past couple years? We got #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. That was that's unbelievable, but it didn't amount to nothing. We didn't host up a trophy at the end of the season. So most importantly, look, we have a shot with this team right here. We had some changes. Deal with it, accept it, embrace it, and let's move forward.
But that's 27 other teams in the last decade that can sit there and say, we haven't won anything lately. I don't want to hear a victim speech. I don't need to see a 2.5.
That wasn't a victim speech. That was the anti-victim speech. That's why I loved it.
It's crazy. First of all, this they out there, you just said it. Well, they talking to...
Who is they?
Yeah, who the hell is they?
Shout out to Callan.
Exactly. I was almost disturbed that you would place that label on yourself as a franchise that, okay, we should be just happy someone's here no matter how long they want to stay. If he doesn't think we're good enough, that's okay. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the ride. Like, you're damning us even further because you're probably insecure that he's not going to stay and you're trying to get ahead of the argument.
But when you have no expectations, what's great about that?
No expectations?
They do have expectations.
They got Kawhi Leonard there.
Okay.
That brings something to
But
the
it took
table.
away all the other expectations. Like, look, that wasn't nothing. We didn't achieve anything.
This is not Hollywood.
This is
not a movie
now.
opening.
It's stating the facts.
They're trying to do a movie opening like, oh, we may not make expectations.
They heard Kawhi wanted to come to Hollywood, so they're trying to bring Hollywood to
29
Toronto.
other teams is going to feel the same way y'all feel at the end of the year. No trophy.
They stated some
Relax.
facts.
I don't want to see videos 29 other
They
places.
stated some facts. Listen,
Go.
we're the best team in the East. We got the best player in the East right now.
Hold on. They're not the best team in the
I
East.
think they are
Better
the best
than
team.
Boston?
Did they just show it? Did they show
Boston,
it?
Boston
They
was in
just beat Boston.
Week one.
Straight up.
you just told me
Straight up. Both teams ready to play. Both teams healthy.
You just
They
told me
straight up
week
did.
one
I'm gonna tell you right
No.
now.
I said we don't get too high, too low. But what I'm saying, you had two healthy teams that came in, played each other, and they set the tone for that two top teams in the East. But they're just stating the facts that we believe that we're the best team in the East. We have the best player in the East, and let's appreciate him and live in this moment right now.
Look,
not worry about that.
Let me just remember who you're talking to. This is a Clippers fan. He don't know a damn thing about winning.
Where's our victim
He don't know the damn thing about winning. He don't know how to set a winning mentality. He's a Clippers fan.
Y'all did
Clipper
what y'all
Darrell
gave
is
Blake
his leader.
video. Y'all gave Blake his video on his whole thing. That was the victim speech.
That was wrong.
You were being